Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today it's your boy Jonathan Martinez, and today we're continuing with the series of Scream, going into the film Scream 5. And today we're just going to get straight into it. As you guys have seen before, I've continued with the past 4 films before. I'm grateful for everybody who has joined me along this journey for the Scream franchise, heading into Scream 6, which should be very soon for a film review for you guys as well. Whether it's spoiler or not spoiler, you guys will check that out hopefully. Now guys, we're going to get straight into this one today. Can't wait to see how Scream 5 is. I've heard a lot of bad things about this one. I have to take into account and see what my opinions are after the film. So let's get straight into it and see how it is. Alright everyone, now we have finally finished the Scream intro to Scream 5. Overall, you know how I like to talk about how each intro is always going to be different and see the opening scene of how it plays out. Overall, I can wholeheartedly say I actually enjoyed Scream 5 intros a lot. I think compared to the last 4 of them, this one is probably one of the, probably my favorite opening scene, although it was probably cliche in terms of, you know, referencing back to the first one, answering those certain questions, and then, you know, how Jenna Ortega's character, you know, is trying to get them right and trying, you know, make sure she stays alive. I feel like it was played in a more modern type of twist, which I can wholeheartedly say that it's much more interesting and engaging to see this actress, you know, because with her eyes, you can see how much more powerful she plays it, but it's so much more advanced in terms of how much, you know, it thrills the excitement out of me to see what's going to happen next. I actually like this one a lot, especially how the Ghostface killer, you know, was in 2 places at once. Obviously, it looked, I don't know if it was a live video or just a natural video, but you could definitely see that, you know, this Ghostface was trying, you know, to do 2 things at once, which is very, very interesting. And what I loved as well is how much more brutal it was. Like I say in my previous videos, each Ghostface killer gets more brutal and more brutal and more brutal. So this one was definitely the most brutal that I've seen so far. Let's continue on. Let's see how it plays out. I can't wait to see what the rest of the movie holds. The cop that was from Scream 4 was back in this film playing the mother of one of the students in this movie. That's actually pretty cool. That's a very nice tie-in. I like to see that. It was a bit strange just then how Billy Loomis appeared in a mirror, a reflection of Sam. Maybe related in some sort of way. I wouldn't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully they say something towards the end of the movie where we can find out who Billy Loomis is to Sam or Sam to Billy Loomis. We'll see what happens. Ain't no way Sam's real father is Billy Loomis. Why wasn't this... Oh my gosh. Are they going to show us like a flashback where Billy Loomis and her real mother are together so we can kind of see the correlation of where Sydney was in this? Damn, son, that's actually really sick. Hopefully we get to see this. That'd be really, really cool to know what happened there. Dewey! Yeah! Dewey's back. Let's go. Oh my god, he's so old. Oh, I love Dewey. I can't believe he's back. Thank the Lord he's in this movie. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. Feels so good to see Dewey again. It's so good to see all the cast members come back again. Gale Weathers, Dewey, Sidney Prescott. Always good to see all of them together. Well, not together, but in the show, in the movie. That's actually really nice to bring them back for Scream 5. Hopefully we get to see them as a group together. It'd be very interesting. I'd love to see what would happen next. But yeah, let's check forward into it. Holy cow, they've tied in nearly everybody. So we've already got Martha Meeks as well, the sister of Randy Meeks. Randy Meeks has a memorial in the household from the twins. The twins are the children of Martha. There's so many tie-ins to the past Screams. It's actually interesting and more engaging of how they tie it in all together. This is really, really good so far. I'm enjoying this a lot. That was a really fun monologue of that character, of how she pretty much tied it in all together, of pretty much how this Scream 5 is a requel from the originals and everything, of how everyone's probably going to tie themselves back into this film. So it's very, very interesting to see what's going to be happening and how this is going to play out. And Billy Loomis is back again as a foreshadowing character, back in the mind of Sam, you know, seeing himself in reflection. So it's definitely interesting to see him play that character of being in Sam's life but not really being there, probably portraying some sort of role there. It's very engaging because it puts me on the edge of my seat to see what's going to happen next. So I really want to know what really happened to all of this. Even if there's just a flashback, I really want to know what happened there. To those of you who have been watching this series, you've gotten to know and learn about my favorite character of the entire franchise so far. And they just killed him. Dewey, my boy. It's a tough moment for me because he's absolutely my favorite character of the entire series, and I just killed him. Although he did go out a honorable death, as Ghostface did say to him, it's an honor. We got one of them, but you can't get all three. We can't get all three of the cast members from the past. Just as he's dying as well, Gale's calling him, so it's tough. It's tough indeed. He's my favorite character of the entire franchise, and they've just gone and killed him. I mean, look, he probably, speaking outside the movie in general, behind the scenes, he's probably had enough and he's probably done with the entire franchise. But Dewey, if you're watching this, the actual actor, you're my favorite character from the entire franchise, and you always will be. And it was a pleasure to see you on screen as Dewey's character. It was always amazing to see you perform and play the role. I just hope, you know, they get this Ghostface. I really hope they do, and they brutally kill that Ghostface for what they did to Dewey. Just had to take the time to say that Dewey, he had an honorable death, but didn't deserve that. Did not deserve that. Let's see what happens and continues on. Ain't no way we are back in Stu's house. About to say Billy's. Stu's house, sorry, it's just cross-reference to the original. Ain't no way we are back in Stu's house. Now, if someone can please tell me why the hell they thought it was a great idea to celebrate some sort of fiesta in this house, you have me going crazy nuts in my mind right now, thinking that was the most smartest idea. Come on, guys, please. If we're going to cross back to the original, at least don't do it in the same house where pretty much everybody nearly died. Well, in terms of where they were. Now, come on, guys. Let's be smart about this. They don't learn, do they? They never do. Yet again, it's just a movie. I'm just putting my points out there. But come on, guys. Come on. Like I've said it again, and like I say it now, I love the new interesting ways of how Ghostface comes in to kill certain people and how it advances. Like, for example, the Find My Fam app. Come on. That's just advancing into the next level, trying to get them to come to you. That's much more advanced than what any of the other Ghostfaces did. But of course, technology advances over time. So I love seeing how these Scream films update and advance themselves to what they do. So it's very, very interesting and very, very cool to see how that happens. That is a very cool pan out shot of what just realization happened there. That's a very cool shot that I haven't seen done before in the film franchise. So very, very top notch there. I love how Man's Richie really just said, "Damn, it's Ghostface!" Like, bruh, really? Comedy Central. You know what? In some sort of suspicion, it kind of seemed like Richie, but there were so many points that it didn't want to make it sound like Richie. Amber, I had a lot of suspicion on it, like a lot of suspicion on her. But you know what? Fair can play. Fair can play. I'm very excited to see how these two play it out. You can definitely see how they have a similar sort of tone and taste for personality of Billy Loomis and Stu Macker. So very, very interested to see how these two play it out. So I want to see what their kind of motive and reveal is to all this. See, it's not hilarious, but it's actually quite hysterical of how similarities are shown in this death right now compared to what it is back in the day. Well, back to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, of how Amber's death is quite very similar. So that's very, very interesting to see. So I'm actually quite surprised they even did a whole tie-in to a completely other movie. So that was very, very interesting to see. Love those sort of those sort of like little Easter eggs that they do. Loved how they just did that one. That was a very, very good one. Because Amber was also put on fire in the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where she was flamed into a torch and then thrown into a pool. But that's very cool. Yeah, I don't know if this was like a little bit of another Easter egg or a little bit of a, you know, tease into it. But Richie's death was 22 stabs because the movie came out in 2022. A little bit of a tie-in there. Is that something similar, some similarities in there? We'll have to see. I don't know. If somebody can answer that in the comments, at least we'll know from there. Well, there you have it, everyone. My finished film review right now for Scream 5. Well, what a way to continue the franchise, I guess I would say, because obviously there is a Scream 6 right now. Before I start, yes, this is a Scream jacket that I currently won from a competition here in Australia by trying out some of the Scream products that we had for when the Scream 6 was first announced, and luckily enough was able to win, get this, get an awesome custom tote bag as well, which I absolutely love and I will be using to go to work with. So I'm now currently wearing the hoodie. There's a little back print design which I will be posting on my Twitter. If you don't already follow, the link is my Twitter's up above, social handle. Scream 5, I must say, was very, very different to every other Scream that we've had so far in terms of how it's performed, what has happened from the past, from Scream 4 to where we are now, how many new characters we got, exactly what this will be for the future, and how everything will be now executed with the new Scream franchise. I can clearly see that the Ghostface in this film wanted to come back the same sort of style for what Scream 1 was. This is pretty much a redo of Scream 2. In the way I see it is, it's a redone of Scream 2, but a better version of that. But this version is pretty much a better version of Stab 8. They wanted to do a better version of what that was. I can wholeheartedly say this is actually not a bad Scream 5 film. Not a bad Scream film, I should say. Scream 5 isn't that bad compared to the other ones that I've seen before. Personally, this still beats Scream 3 by a mile away. Scream 2 is still up there in the top with Scream 4. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put Scream 1 still above Scream 5. I can't wholeheartedly say Scream 5 will beat Scream 1. I just guess because the original will always be the best still. I have to say though, it was such sad honorable death by Dewey. Didn't want to see him go, but I guess it had to happen. I didn't want it to happen, but like all good characters, they come and go, especially your favorite characters. They don't always come back, and I guess it's the saddest part about this film, which is why I guess this is one of my favorite Scream films to date. Seeing Dewey coming back to life in the film was just amazing, so I love to see him. I can clearly see that it's not going to happen again. He's dead, he's not coming back. Gale and Sidney Prescott, both amazing to see on screen again. To see some new characters as well. This film was pretty much great overall. The Ghostface pretty much advanced in terms of its killings, of what was going to happen, how each death was executed, and the plan of the way it works. Great tie-in to a lot of old characters coming back into this film. A lot of cool different versions of how we get to see, scenarios come out to play. One of the most surprising one was Mandy. Seeing Mandy come out to play again. I didn't actually expect that to happen, especially with his him being an uncle and his niece and nephew. So it was very, very interesting to see. But apart from that, I really, really enjoyed this one a lot. I didn't expect anything, to happen again in terms of being something drastically new. I'm just very, 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 in love, I guess, with what this franchise had to offer. So, hopefully Scream 6 does perform very well from what Scream 5 has happened. If you guys have enjoyed this franchise so far, don't forget to go comment down your favorite version of which Scream you enjoyed, and go hit that subscribe button. Turn on the post notifications bell to tune in always to see when I always post a new first time watch. This was quite an enjoyable first time watch, I can definitely say that wholeheartedly, and I'm always enjoying when you guys come in to watch these Scream franchise films with me as a first time as well, and hopefully we can get some other first time watches for other different films in other genres. Anyway guys, it's been a pleasure with you today watching this for the first time. I hope you have a great day tonight. Peace.